Hey, what's going on, guys? Today's the 26th of August 2017. I'm going to be going over this week's trade ideas. Usually do it on Sundays, but I'm going to do it on Saturday today because I won't be available tomorrow. First one on this week's list is CMG. Gotta love this trade here. Gotta love the area that it's at. The reason why I'm very interested in CMG is because now that it's at this $300 range, it is tradable by a lot of day traders. Even for myself, this chart sitting in $400, $500, $600 range wasn't something that I would consider to trade. But now that it's sitting into this range, $300 price target, price tag, I can trade this. And so on CMG, I kind of like the range on it here. I feel like we can have day trading range on CMG. I feel like there can be areas on this chart that we can play. And so on CMG, if you're looking at the chart here, you'd see that we have some green bars coming in. And you'll see that there is a small downtrend on it right now. Now, as the small downtrend here is sitting, obviously the chart remains in a bearish formation. But if that downtrend gets broken here over 311, coming into Monday's session, 311 puts you into a long setup because the chart is then going to be breaking the downtrend to the upside. So I think CMG is definitely something that you should be looking at for a day trade coming into Monday. Possible reversal on the entire chart, and I do think in a bigger scope, I think 300 is a good area to be long even on a swing trade on CMG. Number 2 on the list is Nxted. Small chart, but you are getting increased volume here. There's an 813 crossover on the daily. Chart's trying to break out of this range here. You would see that the small downtrend at least broke into the upside, increased volume, and at this point there's a couple areas on the chart that you have to look at. We know that the chart broke over the 184, which was the last area of resistance on this one. The next area of resistance comes right here at the 195. That's exactly where the chart hit the highs on Friday and basically stopped moving from there. What I would like to see is the chart retest this 184 breakout, and so that'll put you at the long setup there. A pullback to that 184 range gets you into the long. There is even an area here where you can still utilize as a strength support, and that'll be right at the 180. You're going to use this gap fill area as that support. So you got 184 and 180 to use as support area, and then play it up to the high. Once you get over the 195, I think you can shoot straight up to this 214, 215 range on Nxted. Number 3 on the list is NEOS. Nice breakout on the chart. 813 cross over a flattening and slightly raising 200 SMA. The 50 EMA is also raising to the upside, which is a good indicator of the continuation, effort, and direction of the chart. So as the moving averages are moving up into the play, that's obviously something that you're always interested in playing. Why did this chart stop right at the top there on Friday? Right up to $7.65, because that is the dead top of this double top area here. You can see it tried once there. You can see it tried there, and obviously it tried it on Friday. A break over this area, over $7.65, could be a decent sure bet trade for an upside move. So NEOS has to be looked at for a breakout over Friday's session high for a long trade. Espr sitting at the 50 EMA on the daily. The moving average is starting to rise back to the upside after it flattened out for a while. Espr puts you into a long setup. Couple areas to look at on the chart. We can look at this area here for a breakout. So why would you be using this area here? Because this is at least the strongest flag that we have on the chart for right now. So I'd use this area here as a breakout. Anything over $50 over that round number on Espr puts you into a long setup, a continuation move, and an effort to break into this new 52-week high on Espr. Number 5 on the list is SEAS, SEAS. Look at the chart a little bit objectively, and you'll see that the short-term downtrend was being tested on Friday. Continuous buyers on Friday's session, even into a weaker market condition, and that is always a bullish indicator. So for on C's, if the chart breaks over Friday's session high, played on the long side, I think it's got a point to the upside up to about $14.50, where then it comes into some areas of resistance right into this congestion zone that I would then be considering taking off some of the trade, holding on to some of it for the remainder. So on C's, they break over Friday's session high, put you into a long setup. Pstg with a huge move on Friday, gapped up, continued push into the upside. I want to see one more push into this trade for a short. First play on this chart is going to be a short trade. I'm thinking the chart pushes right over $15 and gives you about $15.50 on Pstg for a short trade. So look at $15.15 for a short idea on Pstg, at which point then I would like to see the chart pull back and find some area, some serious area of support on the chart. So at that point, after the pullback from 15.15, what I'd look for is the chart to come back, retest this breakout trend, which would put you somewhere about here at $14.42. So you're looking for 15.50, pull it back to 14.40, and then play it on the long side on Pstg. Fitbit is a chart that's on this week because I won't be around to really kind of look at it anything other than what I'm seeing right now, which is the chart has been consolidating for a bit here, and it seems like there's an effort to try to break out. This isn't a chart that you need to play at all until it breaks through the upside. Otherwise, you can have money stuck in this channel for the next year. So until the chart breaks to the upside, it's something that should just be looked at, monitored, put an alert set on this trend line. And if the trend line breaks to the upside, don't hesitate to play Fitbit on the long side. Number 8 on the list is Nvax. So Nvax having a nice little curl here on the daily, and I think there's definitely a potential play on Nvax coming into this week. There's a few simple ways to look at it on Nvax. You can look at this resistance area here right at 109. A breakout over 109 puts you into a long trade on Nvax. What I like about it, and the reason for my liking it a little bit more, we are increasing with volume. We've seen some buyers on the chart. It is a barcode on the intraday, so it's not something that you have to force to play, but it's something that should be a potential play, and a breakout over 109 sets you into that long. Xog, pullback on this one to 12.25. I like this chart. I feel like there's a much bigger play here. There's an 813 cross to the upside here on the daily. And I think a pullback to $12.25 can set you into a trade. So I'd like to see a pullback on this chart early on Monday, and a pullback to that range sets you into a long. I think this one sets up for a big move on Xog, and it should be something that's strongly considered for a trade-in. Cars, number 10 on the list, strong candle on Friday's session. I'd like to see the chart get retested right here at the 50 EMA, so I think a decent justifiable pullback to $24.80s. I always like to see it pull a little bit underneath the strength support, just like a fake break type move. And so even though the 50 EMA is at $29.96, I'd say let it pull back to $24.96, sorry. I'd like it to pull back to $24.80s. Then you take this on the long shot, and I think at that point you could have the potential for a much nicer trade on this one. So here's the downtrend. We can see that downtrend is clearly broken to the upside, so a pullback, a long trade on cars, and you could have a really nice trade on this one. Again, like with any other setup that we go across here, has to be a setup that you wait for, a pullback, a breakout, volume, strength, formation. Everything has to line up before you take the trades. These are just ideas, and the way that you formulate them afterwards depends on how you approach the trade. If you are interested in trading with me, you can find all my information on my Twitter account at Iceman Trading. Or if you are interested in looking a little bit more into what we do, you can look at the website, IcemanTradingAcademy.com. There you'll find links to pretty much anything, including sign-ups and free information and webinars and charts and everything else that we do. Okay? Have a great week, guys. Take care.